It took 18 weeks, but the Lions are going to be in prime time on Sunday. My goodness, we got to get into it. It's a Monday edition of Locked On Lions.
You are Locked On Lions, your daily Detroit Lions podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
It's Monday and a Victory Monday edition of Locked On Lions, everybody, in the Locked On Podcast Network. Matt Derry with you on a Monday, January 2nd into Tuesday, January 3rd. Hope everybody's enjoyed the bowl games today. Got a little day off, getting back to work and back to school tomorrow. And the Lions getting ready for a huge game Sunday night at Lambeau Field. It's been announced today. We're going to get into all the fun and frivolity that is going to go into this week and Packer week. And then an opportunity for the Lions to get into the playoffs. Probably not going to happen. I don't see the Seahawks losing to the Rams at home. It's going to be very difficult for the Lions to win under the lights at Green Bay Sunday, but anything is possible. And this football team sits at 8-8 right now with one to go. We'll get into it. PFF grades from yesterday's big win over the Chicago Bears. This rookie duo of James Houston and Aiden Hutchinson we got to get into. And I got to give a shout out. First and foremost, let me take the overlay down, but you got to look. Shout out to my guy, Mike Vanderpool, Heart of a Lions fan. I'm going to stand up so you can see the t-shirt for those of you watching on the Locked On Lions YouTube channel. My guy, Mike Vanderpool, put together this movie a couple of years ago, Heart of a Lions fan, which I'm in that movie, Albert Dale, among others, one of the best engineers there is. And it's amazing. So I believe it's on YouTube and Amazon. Just find Heart of a Lions fan and watch it. It's an unbelievable documentary. Ken Brown, George Blaha, Steve Courtney, the late Frank Beckman, all being interviewed. Mike Vanderpool, obviously, in it. It's amazing. So check it out, Heart of a Lions fan. And another shout out to my guy, Tommy Johnson, who owns and operates the Avis Budget on Hall Road in Macomb, Michigan. Tommy's awesome. Great dude, took great care of me. And Tommy's the guy. So he's a listener. Shout him out as well. He was wearing his Spartans sweatshirt today. I knew he'd be happy. I asked him if he was happy after the Michigan loss to TCU, and he was very diplomatic about it. So shout out to Tommy and Liz Johnson at Avis Budget on Hall Road, there, Hall and Tilch, in beautiful Macomb Township. All right, you can follow us on Twitter at Derry Speaks, DERY Speaks, at Locked On Lions on Twitter. The Matt Derry Facebook fan page. If you're a Facebook person, we post the podcast there every day. And again, on the Locked On Lions YouTube channel, the video channel. Check us out each and every day here. Locked On Lions today brought to you by Ultimate Football GM. Ever dreamed of becoming an NFL GM and managing your football franchise? And this game is definitely for you. To download the game, just visit ultimate-gm.com to look it up on the app stores. Our listeners get a 100% free boost to their franchise when using the promo code LOCKEDON, all caps, in the game. All right, Lions win yesterday. It's a victory Monday, 41-10 over the Bears. We did the postcast yesterday. And look, again, great win. Bears stink. I get all that. But the Lions had to take care of business to be able to rest their starters at the end of the game, to have Jared Goff not have to take every snap and Sudfeld get out there. It was great. And now it sets up for the Lions an opportunity to win a football game at Lambeau Field in Week 18, play a hugely meaningful January game in Green Bay, and hope that the Detroit LA Rams can somehow upset. We've been rooting against the Rams all year for the draft pick. Now we got to root for the Rams to beat the Seahawks at 4 o'clock Sunday in Seattle. Then if that doesn't happen and the Seahawks win, the Lions can still play spoiler. The NFL announced today that the Lions are going to be playing in primetime Sunday Night Football, NBC, Mike Tirico, Chris Collinsworth, Melissa Stark, 8:20 under the lights. The Lions have played every single effing game this year at 1 o'clock. Every single one. Not at the primetime game at 4:25, not on Thursday night, not on Sunday night, not on Saturday night, not on Monday night, none of it. The Lions have been relegated to 1 o'clock games all year. Finally, they get flexed to play the Packers this weekend on Sunday Night Football. Why were they flexed? It's simple. All right. The NFL wants Aaron Rodgers in prime time. And for Aaron Rodgers to clinch a playoff spot on NBC, and for the announcers and everybody to gloat and fawn over Rodgers for 3.5 hours or whatever it's going to be, you knew the league had to make a call on this today. Last night during the Sunday night game with the Ravens and Steelers, after that game ended and Pittsburgh won, they decided to move Jacksonville and Tennessee, which is a winner-take-all game, to Saturday night in prime time on ESPN with the Monday night team of Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, which kept it alive for the Lions to be playing on Sunday Night Football. Now, some of you are going to say, well, wait a minute. If Seattle wins, the Lions are, no longer eligible for the playoffs. Look, the Lions are going to play hard no matter what. There's a lot at stake for the Lions, even if the Seahawks win and eliminate them from playoff contention. You don't think the Lions don't want to pound Aaron Rodgers into submission after he basically dissed them earlier this year after the Packers lost to the Lions, and then doubled down later on in the year on a post-game interview when someone asked him, I think it was Lisa Salters, and ESPN asked him about playing a couple of really, winning teams on the rest of your schedule with Minnesota and Detroit. Well, and she said, well, and Roger said, well, the Lions don't have a winning record. And at the time, the Lions were 7-7 or whatever they were. He's been dissing them. Now, I know he said the other day, they're not the same old Lions anymore. And I'm sure on Pat McAfee's show tomorrow, he'll be nice. But Taylor Decker and others saw those quotes. You don't think the Lions don't want to end the Packers season and play spoiler on Sunday Night Football? The Lions are going to play hard no matter what. And also, that's what they do. The Lions have had rare clunkers this year where they haven't given effort. The last time I can honestly say the Lions have laid down, not given effort, was last Halloween against the Eagles. Other than that, under Dan Campbell, they played their asses off. And even if Seattle at home beats the Rams, which I think they're going to, all right, it would come down to Packers winning and they would get in. Lions win, Seattle gets in as the last wild card. But there's still a lot on the table for the Lions to play for. For people to say, although the Packers are going to be at an advantage because the Lions are going to look up and see that the Seahawks lost and they're not playing for anything. The Lions are playing for plenty. People that say that don't know that this edition of the Detroit Lions. They're going to be fired up to play this game no matter if they've been eliminated from playoff contention or not. They want to end the season with a winning record. They could be 9-8 if they win. They want to end the Packers season and send Aaron Rodgers home. That would be sweet. They would defy all the odds and go from a 3-win team to a 9-win team that finished the season, winners of 8 out of 10 after starting the year 1-6. I think there's plenty for this team to play for. I don't see this as being some advantage Packers. Advantage Packers is Green Bay is playing well. They never seem to lose late in the year at home. They're playing under the lights. All right. Their fans are going to be fired up. It's going to be probably freezing. And they've got Aaron Rodgers, who in the month of December and January, in the regular season, is nearly unbeatable. But I like the Lions in this game to fight and to be there, scratch and claw. I don't know about predictions. I'm going to go back and watch the game again from last week and read up more before we get to the crossover on Thursday with Peter Bukowski, host of Locked On Packers. But I think the Lions are going to be fired up to play this game regardless of the situation. And I'm excited for the fans. They're going to get to see their team in prime time. I have more on this I want to get into, and we'll do that coming up next. First, though, I mentioned before about Ultimate Football GM. I'm so geeked about our new partnership with them, and they sponsored today's episode. It is the mobile game of Ultimate Football GM. If you've ever dreamed of becoming an NFL GM and managing your football franchise, you can do it with this game, all right? You manage every strategic aspect of your team. The draft, hiring coaches, coordinators, making draft picks. Heck, you could hire Jim Harbaugh if you want. All of this in a challenging and realistic game world. Ultimate Football GM is completely free and playable offline, play on the go, as you want, when you want to. All right, it's a lot of fun. All the guys and girls at Locked On have logged in and are playing, and it's cool. You know, week by week, you're running the team. You want to elevate guys on the practice squad, you can do it, all of that. Locked On Lions listeners get a 100% free boost to their franchise when using the promo code LOCKEDON in all caps in the game store. That's Locked On in all caps. So make sure you check it out today. To download the game, just visit ultimate-gm.com or look it up on the app stores. That's ultimate-gm.com. Ultimate Football GM. Start your dynasty today. All right, we got to get to the PFF scores and grades from yesterday, top 5 and bottom 5 offensive and defensive Lions performers. I want to talk about James Houston and Aiden Hutchinson. What a duo the Lions have as rookie pass rushers. If I would have told you at the start of the year that those two guys would have combined for 15 and a half sacks, then you would have thought I was on something. Amazing. One more thing about Sunday Night Football. Win or lose, all right, embarrassed or not, whatever the result is, think about how far this organization has come. Yours truly sat here after 1-6 and said, or I think it was 1-5, and I said, this team doesn't win one of the next 2 home games against Miami or Green Bay, I'm done. I was ready to pack it in and be done with this podcast, be done talking about this team. I've been doing the show since 2016, and I got tired of it. I get tired of the same old song and dance every week and talk about the same stuff and losing. And it got to me. It ate at me. And this team since has gone from 1-6 to 8-8. And they're going to play on the biggest stage for week 18. The NFL picks the best game and puts that on NBC as the finale on Sunday Night Football. There's no Monday night game coming up this week. There's games being played on Saturday, games being played at 1, games being played at 4:25, and I get it. The league's probably putting Aaron Rodgers on for prime time. All right, the Bengals are playing tonight, and I think if Cincinnati loses to Buffalo, Cincy and Baltimore would be for the AFC North, and some people are saying they maybe should put that game on, but that's you're waiting and you're working with the schedule, and the Ravens were just on Sunday Night Football last night. I watched Tyler Huntley attempt to throw a football that was not pretty. They're putting Aaron Rodgers on this game. They're putting Lambeau on. But the Lions are getting some billing here. The Detroit Lions, who got no sniff of no primetime games back in when the schedule was made back in the spring. And now they're getting to be put on this game. That's pretty damn cool. This team was dead. They were 1-6 and done. Fans are ready to just cash it in again. And second year of the rebuild, and we stink again. Dan Campbell can't coach. This is a joke. Fire Aaron Glenn, all those things. And I wasn't saying fire people, but I was upset. Think about the accomplishment of getting to week 18 and being put in prime time and having an opportunity to knock off one of the elite players in this game and his Packer team and shut up guys like Jair Alexander and others. I'm excited. I cannot wait to watch this game Sunday night. And Lion fans, you deserve this. You do. Mike Tirico, Chris Collinsworth will take great care of the Lions this Sunday. They will. They'll be great. It'll be awesome. You know that. Tirico's a Ann Arbor resident. I mean, he knows the Lions inside and out. So it's very exciting. And is it going to be tough to win there? Of course it is. The Packers, this schedule was cake for the Packers down the stretch, wasn't it? I know you look up and you go, oh, Miami, Minnesota, and the Lions is not easy on paper. But Green Bay gets to play its last 2 games on the frozen tundra at home. It's setting up for them to go on this run and make the playoffs. You don't think the league doesn't want that? And I said it on yesterday's postcast, and I'll say it again. Watch the officiating Sunday night. Watch out for a roughing the passer that we all don't think is roughing the passer. You think the league wants Seattle and Minnesota? Or do you think they want Minnesota and Green Bay? Or San Francisco and Green Bay? Or Dallas and Green Bay? It's all possible. Actually, not Dallas, Green Bay, but actually, no. It's possible Dallas could move up and play. There's so many different scenarios, but you know what I'm saying. League would love nothing more than one of their poster boys, Aaron Rodgers, to make the playoffs and do the discount double check. Lions can spoil all of it, and that would be pretty cool. One other note about James Houston and Aiden Hutchinson. First of all, the rookie 6th-round pick has more sacks than Kayvon Thibodeau and Trayvon Walker combined. He has 8. Lions Mule on Twitter posted that today. Is it Lions Mule? I want to make sure I get that right. Hold on. Hate when I mess this up. Yeah, Lions Muse. Sorry, Lions Muse on Twitter. Shout out to you. Great tweet today. Those two guys don't have as many sacks combined as 6th round pick James Houston, who, by the way, has only played in 6 games. Why did the Lions not play him earlier in the year? Could we be talking about a definite playoff spot right now if James Houston had played before Thanksgiving? Where was he? Because he's sick. 8 sacks coming off the edge. Aiden Hutchinson has 7.5. First rookie duo with 7+ sacks each in a season since 1982. And I still think the Lions need to add to this D-line with somebody on the interior, whether it's Brian Bresee or Jalen Carter or whomever. And they'll have that Rams pick. But my God, James Houston yesterday with the 3 sacks and just the dip and how he gets around the edge, how he chased down Fields on that 1 sack yesterday. The strip sack was great. And Aiden Hutchinson's playing at a high level right now. He really is. 3 interceptions. It's been a joy to watch those two play. And you throw Romeo Okwara for the entire season next year healthy on one edge too. Charles Harris, get him back healthy. Lions have a nice pass rush for next season. All right. I promised the PFF grades from our friends at Pro Football Focus. We will do that coming up. Looking for a delicious treat, but don't want all of the fat and calories, then you got to try a Built Bar. Built Bar back with us here on Locked On Lions. I'm so happy. We just got through the holidays. I know my goal is to eat a little bit healthier this year. I've been doing that, but I want to even do better. If you're like me, when you want to eat healthier but don't want to compromise taste, then man, I got just what you're looking for, and that's Built Bars. They're awesome. You got to try Built. With Built, healthy is actually tasty. Seriously. They're so delicious, you won't think they're good for you. Perfect for your New Year's resolution. What makes Built Bars so good? Well, for starters, they're covered in 100% real chocolate. That's right, real chocolate. They come in unbelievable flavors too, like churro, peanut butter brownie, coconut almond. My favorite is the cookies and cream. I love that one. If you're close to Sam's Club, run in and grab a 13-bar box with our hit flavors, brownie batter and churro, and you can thank me later. They got them at Sam's Club. I'm loving that. Go to Built.com as well. You can get them at local Walmart, Sam's Club, like I said, or go to Built.com. Built Bars, they are back with us, and I'm so happy they are. All right, here we go. Monday edition, Locked On Lions. So glad you are with us. Everybody hopefully had a safe and healthy new year. We appreciate that. By the way, I know I did my Lomas Brown impression yesterday on the show, and Dan, I got to stop doing it because you guys all think I'm dissing Lomas Brown. Everybody loves Lomas Brown. I get it. But the commenters coming after me, my gosh, I'm just having some fun with it. Oh, and Dave Burkett was furloughed last week by the Free Press. I missed reading Dave last week. No knock on Evan Petzold, but could you imagine in any other market where the NFL team's beat writer is not paid and sent away for a week on furlough and replaced by the Tiger beat writer? Just gross. It's just gross. Horrible. I had to read Mozzie Smith Love Fest articles and columns, but I couldn't read Dave Burkett. I'm not knocking the Free Press. Again, they have to do what they got to do. I'm just saying, as a reader, of somebody that reads Justin Rogers in the Detroit News, and the Detroit News isn't very good, or Dave Burkett in the Free Press, and the Free Press is fine, whatever. Don't furlough these guys during the season. And not reading Dave. Dave is unbelievably good. All the beat writers that cover the line. It's the best beat in town. All right, those guys do a great job. But, geez. Yes, let me read 17 Mozzie Smith love pieces about how sorry he is. But I can't read Dave Burkett. As the Lions are making a playoff push. Terrible. All right, Pro Football Focus. PFF, we do this every Monday. Top 5 and bottom 5 Lions performers on offense and defense. On offense, the top performer for the Lions in their win over the Bears yesterday, 41-10, DeAndre Swift, a 90.3 grade. How about that for Swift? 25 snaps, a 90.3 grade. He's starting to come on and play well again and is getting healthy. Brock Wright, a Brocktober, Brock party, new kids on the Brock, 89.3 for the tight end. Jamal Williams, an 84.3 grade, coming in third. Amon-Ra St. Brown, fourth at 83.6. And Jared Goff, another splendid game from him, 80.9. Yes, let me read a Lynn Henning piece about Javi Baez, but I can't read Dave Burkett. What a joke. Bottom five Lion offensive performers. Jason Cabinda, the fullback, 41.5. Shane Zylstra, 50.3. Jonah Jackson, not his best game, 57.5. Josh Reynolds, a 60.4 grade. And Craig Reynolds, come on, Craig, a 64.0 grade. Those are your top five and bottom five Lion performers on offense. Yesterday's win over the Bears. On defense, Aiden Hutchinson just showing up big. 90.7 grade. Wow. 37 snaps, 33 snaps for James Houston. 85.1 for the rookie 6th-round pick. Amazing. And a 91.6 pass rush grade. 3-sack game for James Houston. Ife Melifonwu, what a bounce-back game for him. 82.2. Amani Oruwariye, 80.5 on a Amani sighting. And Will Harris, 78.6. Those are your top five Lions graded out defenders from yesterday. Jeff Okudah only played 17 snaps yesterday. Bottom five Lion defenders. Alex Anzalone of Gaines Media, 45.6. Kirby Joseph, 47.9. Romeo Okwara got a 54.1. Derek Barnes, 55.6, fourth worst. And Benito Jones, 56.9. Okudah, by the way, a 61.6. Again, just 17 snaps. Played a lot less snaps than Will Harris, who had 49 snaps. Mike Hughes, 34 snaps. And Jerry Jacobs, 38 snaps. So, look, the Lions are going to put the players that they think can give them the best chance to win. My question is, coming Sunday night against Aaron Rodgers and company, will we see more of Jeff Okudah, or will the Lions stick with what they're doing right now? So Okudah has not had a good second half of the season. All right, that'll do it for us here on a Monday edition of Locked On Lions. Thanks for checking us out, making us your first listen. We're hopefully going to catch up this week with Ross Tucker. I'm working on that. Peter Bukowski, famous Locked On Packers host on Thursday. Primetime Lions, baby. Let's do it. Talk to you again tomorrow.